Hello and welcome into Palm Springs Stadium as we have PSEL Day 3 between the A's and China DC. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein. Griffin, this should be an exciting one here today.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see both of these teams. The A's have gotten off to a great start on the season. Had some really impressive pitching performances early, and MLB DC China making the trip from halfway across the globe is 0-2 on the season, but they've got some really talented prospects. They're back from the Winter League. Really excited to see them make their stadium debut today against the talented A's.
Now it's going to be interesting because the A's are going to be the home team, and we'll get you the starting lineup first for China DC. Starting off is going to be Wan-Ki Yang. Penzi Yan will hit second. Jonathan Haynes will hit third. Ha Shin will hit fourth in the cleanup spot. Hitting fifth will be Owen Stevenson, followed by Leong Chon Chun, followed by Jung Wei Shin. Hitting eighth will be Jung Shin Hao. Liu Shin Chi will hit ninth, and rounding out the lineup will be Shi Chu Hu. And they will be facing Jay Peters, the big righty, on the mound. And this should be a really fun game to watch, Griffin. And obviously, traveling so far away, coming all the way from China for just a great season of PSEL baseball.
China is certainly one of the more intriguing teams, of course, in this league. Nearly an entire roster native of China. They're funded by Major League Baseball, and they're much younger than all the rest of the teams in this league. And you'll certainly see some mistakes, but you also see a lot of talent today from Ray Chang's squad. Really excited to see them make their stadium debut this morning, looking for their first win.
Steps in Wan-Ki Yan to the box, the lefty. We'll get the first pitch from Peters. That goes high, ball one. It was super interesting going down and talking to the coaches, Griffin, before the game and getting some of the pronunciations down for the most part and trying to learn, a little bit of their culture. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled off, it's 1-1.
Yeah, they were laughing at us a little bit as we worked our way through the pronunciations, making sure we got all the names right of these Chinese players. But some of the nicest guys and certainly a really good culture amongst this Chinese team that obviously is that one's found straight back. Traveled across the world, making their second trip out here to California. These guys are dreaming big of playing in the Olympics in 5 years, and a lot of them are making the big leagues and becoming the next Shohei Ohtani, obviously from Japan, but we've seen a lot of great baseball players out of Asia, especially in the last 20 years.
The 1-2 pitch just misses outside. It's 2-2. And a lot of this Chinese roster is young players. A lot of them born 2008, 2009, 2010. That's only being 14 years old, facing a lot of older players, so it's certainly a different in age, but this team is really good as Wan-Ki Yan is rung up on a breaking ball from Jay Peters. So he strikes out looking for the first out of the game.
It's going to be a hot one, too, today, Adam. It's already 93 degrees outside. The high temperature today will be 110 degrees. It's going to be the hottest day so far of the year here in Palm Springs.
Brings up Penzi Yan, who swings through the first pitch from Peters. Strike one, one out, top of the first. Between the A's and China DC. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Peters. Tied him in on the hands. Penzi Yan, and he fouls it off down the third base line.
Yeah, talk about the youth. Penzi Yan, only 16 years old. A lot of these guys, 16, 17, a couple years younger than, if even more than a couple years younger than all the other teams they're facing.
It's 0-1 on Penzi Yan. Swing and a miss. Actually, that's strike three. So back-to-back strikeouts for Jay Peters. And 2 up, 2 down. And that brings up the pitcher, Jonathan Haynes. And let's get you the defense for the A's. DeJohn Mitchell in left field, Curtis Lindsey in center, Connor Hoyt in right field. Around the diamond from third to first, Logan Cadenhead at third, Bubba Thompson at short, Gilbert Cosio at second base, Christian Ramos at first. Behind the plate is Carson Krell catching Jay Peters, who gets set to deliver to Haynes. The first one's in the dirt, ball one. And we've seen some fantastic PSCL games so far this year, Griffin. Saw a couple good ones yesterday.
Yeah, really competitive baseball so far.
The 1-0 pitch, it's a fly ball center field. Curtis Lindsey will drift to his right, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Jay Peters goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. A's bats coming up. You're listening to PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Power Stadium for PSCL Day 3, A's and China DC. And it's the A's turn to hit in the bottom of the first. Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein. Glad you could join us here on this early morning game, which certainly helps out a lot because the heat doesn't play as much of a factor as Connor Hoyt pops up the first pitch, and it's going to go out of play into the first row of bleachers. For the A's, their lineup, Connor Hoyt will be followed by Bubba Thompson. 3-4 will go Christian Ramos, JoJo Biles. Gilbert Casio will hit 5th. 6-7 is James Wood, Logan Cadenhead. And the last 3 in the lineup, Carson Krell, DeJohn Mitchell, and Curtis Lindsey. As the 0-1 pitch is in for a strike from Jonathan Haynes on a splitter. Jonathan Haynes throws fastball, slider, splitter, curveball. Not usual. You see a splitter too often, but that's something that a lot of pitchers throw out in China and Japan. That's a huge thing, is the 0-2 pitch misses outside. It's 1-2.
Haynes is an exception to most of these players on MLB DC China. He's actually from the States, and he's certainly one of the older players, too.
The 1-2 pitch misses inside. It's 2-2. It's nice to have a leader, though, in the locker room. Another guy who can speak English, which is certainly helpful because you're facing all English-speaking teams.
He'll turn 22, Haynes, in a couple weeks.
The 2-2 pitch, it's ripped down the first base line, but foul on a line right near the China DC bullpen. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's ripped into right field. That's going to get down in front of Penzi Yun. It's a base hit for Connor Hoyt to lead off the game. And let's get you the defense for China DC. In the outfield from left to right, Owen Stevenson left, One Key Yen in center field, Penzi Yan in right. Around the diamond from third to first at the hot corner is Jung Wei Shin. Ha Xian's at shortstop. Shi Hu Chu Ha is at second base. Lee Chong Shun is at first. Jung Chi Hao is behind the plate, catching Jonathan Haynes. So Bubba Thompson's now up with no outs and a runner on first. First pitch to Thompson, high and inside, ball one. On a day that is certainly going to reach into the 100s, like you mentioned, Griffin. Having that early morning game, definitely a really good thing for the teams who get to play in that game. Is the 1-0 pitch. Also rises above the zone. It's 2-0. And just to be able to, play in 10 to 15 degrees cooler weather definitely helps. Gives everyone a little more energy. As it's 2-0 on Thompson. 2-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. It's 3-0. With Connor Hoyt already on first base after a leadoff single to right field. No score between the A's and DC China.
A's are certainly looking to get the bats going. Scored just 5 runs through the first 2 games.
The 3-0 pitch catches the outside corner. Strike one. Looked like that pitch was a little bit outside, but certainly well within the possibility of calling a strike. So it's now 3-1 on Bubba Thompson. Hoyt a pretty solid lead at first base. Jonathan Haynes will deliver to the plate. It's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. Beautiful pitch over the center of the plate. It's now a full count. Haynes looking to work all the way back. Got it from 3-0 to 3-2. Can he finish Thompson here? Lifts the leg, comes to the plate. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down a second. Not in time. Stolen base for Hoyt. Bubba Thompson strikes out swinging, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the first.
A really nice job there by Haynes coming back from a 3-0 count. Got a little help on what probably should have been ball 4, and then back-to-back really pretty-looking breaking balls. Just 69 on that strikeout pitch to Thompson.
It was a nasty slider up in the zone, and got Bubba Thompson to strike out swinging as time is now called by either Haynes or Jung Chin Hao. As Christian Ramos steps to the plate. Going to Riverside City College. At 390 at Yuma Catholic High School. Back in 2022. 6'1", 220. Here's the first pitch into him. It's called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch from Haynes. And like you mentioned, Griffin, it's important for the A's to get the bats going, and certainly you can gain a lot of momentum from the early innings and carry it on through just, a 7-inning game. The 0-1 pitch. Swings through and misses. It's 0-2. Runner on second, it's Connor Hoyt after a leadoff single and a stolen base. But it's 0-2 on the A's first baseman, Christian Ramos. Here it comes to the plate. Misses below the zone. It's 1-2, and Jonathan Haynes certainly has a lot in his arsenal to work with, and it's going to be really hard to read as a hitter, a 4-pitch pitcher. Another 2-strike pitch coming home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jonathan Haynes swinging on A's. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Stayed with the fastball, did Haynes, and Ramos was looking for one of those pretty breaking balls that struck out Thompson.
And you have a feeling as a hitter, you can be sitting breaking ball because you're looking for something that the pitcher hangs, and usually those are the easiest pitches to hit, but that time he got the fastball at 81, painted at the bottom of the zone. Brings up JoJo Biles, the designated hitter today for the A's. First pitch inside corner, strike 1. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Jonathan Haynes looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the 0-1 delivery. It's hit well into left field. Owen Stevenson will range back right near the warning track. He makes the catch. So after Jonathan Haynes gave up a leadoff single and was down 3-0 to Bubba Thompson, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to left field retires the side. No score through 1 between the A's and China DC. We head to the second. You're listening to PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Top of the second between the A's and China DC. First game of another PSCL doubleheader here at Palm Springs Stadium. Adam Oppenheim, Griffin Epstein taking you the entire way through these pair of games. It's Ha Shin first up for China DC and takes the first pitch high from Jay Peters, who had a 1-2-3 inning, including 2 strikeouts. Ha Shin, the talented shortstop. 1-0 to Peters. Here comes the pitch. It's in on the hands. Fly ball, center field. Curtis Lindsey is under it, and he makes the catch. Slight jog in, but a routine fly out. And Jay Peters, 4 up, 4 down to start, Griffin.
Yeah, he's looking really good early on the bump, and really both teams trying to get the bats going this season. They're both 0-2. They've had some nice pitching performances, but it's offensively where it's been more of a struggle. China was shut out in their first game and just 1 run yesterday in a 3-1 loss.
Jay Peters only at 12 pitches through 4 outs, so certainly making quick work of China DC so far, but this is a talented team. They're young, and they're certainly hungry to win. As it brings up Owen Stevenson, the first pitch to him. Bounced in the dirt, outside, ball 1. One to notice Stevenson, the righty. Slight wiggle of the bat. In on the hands again. Popped up down the third base line in foul territory. Logan Cadenhead tries to make the catch. It cannot. It bounces nearly right in front of him.
That was a tough play, just with 2 chairs right in front of the camera well down there. Typically the Palm Springs Power, who play here in the evening, their coaches will chill down there, and a lot of maneuvering to be had there in foul territory.
It looked like Kane had looked up for a second and maybe lost track of the ball, but also not trying to collide with something. So it's now 1-1 on Owen Stevenson. Peters able to jam a lot of stuff in on the hands of China DC, and that pitch misses inside. It's 2-1. He's really working that inside corner.
Stevenson is an impressive figure at the plate. He looks like a big slugger just with his build and his height.
2-1 pitch to Stevenson from Peters. It misses high. Looked like it might have slipped out of his hand.
6'4", 240. Not only is Stevenson tall, but he's got some muscle on him as well. Aaron Judge build, let's say, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks pretty big at the plate. Here's a 3-1 pitch, swings right through it, and it's 3-2. So full count on Owen Stevenson. Owen Stevenson, one of the veteran players, you can say, on this China DC team. But they're going to be outmatched by age in every game. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Got by Carson Crowell. Here's the throw to first, not going to be in time. Owen Stevenson reaches on the drop third strike. Didn't realize it right out of the box that Crowell did not hold on to it, but once he started running, Carson Crowell had to really hurry his throw, and it was off the mark towards foul territory down the first base line. So Stevenson reaches first on the strikeout.
Krell's, that's one you got to keep in front of you. Pitcher's throwing great. Was looking for 5 in a row, retired, and instead China has their first runner.
Can't catch this one either as Liu Chengsheng into the box. That actually caught the inside corner, but obviously as an umpire, it's pretty hard if the catcher's not catching the ball. And speaking of which, our home plate umpire is Carlos Hernandez. Ben Santag is in the field for today's game. The 1-0 pitch tied him up inside. Just got a piece of it. Might have fouled it off his knee, foot.
Yeah, I think off the inner leg. Got really twisted up. Surprised he kept on his feet and now in a little bit of pain.
I mean, that pitch was 3 or 4 balls inside. I have no clue how you even made contact with that, Griffin.
Yeah, almost in on his feet, and he hit it off his leg. Talking about Aaron Judge, and Liu Chin-shun wears number 99, and all of the players from China choose an American name, and he must be a pretty big Aaron Judge fan considering he chose his American name to be Judge.
Well, we'll see if everyone rises, as they say. That's a foul ball down the first base line. So the count moves to 1-2. Owen Stevenson reached first after he struck out, but reached on drop third strike after Crowell cannot hold on to the Jay Peters 2-strike pitch. So now Peters going to exert some extra energy. 1-2 on Liu Chengsheng. It's fouled off, and he stays alive with 2 strikes.
Did John Sterling coin that?
I'm not sure exactly. But I know
it was a pun just ready to be made for a player with the last name of Judge.
I mean, all the great players in the MLB definitely have nicknames. It's a big thing, and he's huge. I mean, seriously. As that gets by Crowell, and advancing to second base is Stevenson, so the count is now 2-2. But John Sterling has had some fantastic calls, and obviously his broadcasting career coming to an end earlier this season, but a legendary broadcaster, no matter what team you root for.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. Even if you're a Red Sox fan.
Indeed, indeed. It's a 1-2 on Chung Chun. It's hit on the ground and through the 3-4 hole. It's a base hit. Owen Stevenson's going to be waved around. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time! RBI single, Liu Chung-shan, as Owen Stevenson comes in to score. The drop third strike creates an opportunity for China DC, and they take a 1-0 lead in the second.
Good piece of hitting by Chung-shun to get the ball through the gap, and Stevenson with his lanky frame, he's got good speed and just beat what was a solid throw from Hoyt and right. China has their first lead in a game this season here in game number 3. And certainly their dugout is making some noise.
Zhang Wei Shin is up next, trying to keep the line moving for China. First pitch, it's low and away, ball one, and now you're looking at that drop third strike, and that is a huge play in this game.
Yeah, the drop third strike and then the wild pitch from Peters, and that's how the runner got into scoring position.
1-0 on Jung-Wei Shin. The next pitch misses in the same exact spot. And Peters is quickly falling behind 2-0, was locating in the zone so well, and after the drop third strike, it was a long battle by Chung Shun. And then Jung-Wei Shin is now up 2-0 in the count. 2-0 pitch. It's taken high. And Peters is down 3-0 in the count and needs to get back into the zone.
Looks so dominant early and now really looks rattled, uncomfortable on the mound.
A lot of times it's easier to pitch with no runners on, but once you give the first runner up, how can you fare on the mound? And he's behind 3-0 on Jung-Wei Shin. The pitch. Low and away, ball four. It's a 4-pitch walk, and it's first and second with still only one out. 1-0 China DC, top of the second against the A's, and we'll have a meeting on the mound with Krell and Peters, and coming in is the shortstop Bubba Thompson as well.
This is really where you have to be mentally strong as a pitcher. That's a huge part of the PSCL, is playing every day and developing your mental acumen. This is a tough spot here for Peters. He got off to a great start, but really one drop third strike by his catcher, and things have suddenly gone haywire. But just one run across, if he can bounce back here, get back to what was working for him in the first inning, there's not a lot of harm done.
Jung Chin Hao now up. First pitch, it's in the dirt. Carson Corral. Liu Chung Shun's on second base after his RBI single, giving China DC the 1-0 lead. Jung-Wei Shin's on first base after a 4-pitch walk. Still one out, top of the first. Jay Peters, who went 3 up, 3 down the first, has struggled here in the second. Here's the next pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Got it by him on the inside corner, fastball at 81. Counts even on Jung Chin Hao, the catcher. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's on the ground to Logan Cadenhead, who's not able to gather the ball and has to pick it up and hold it, has to eat it. A tough play by the third baseman, but he bobbled it, and that's certainly going to be ruled an error. An E5, and the bases are loaded.
Wow, that looked like two at him. The inning was going to be over, and Cadenhead was just trying to step on third base and make sure he could secure the ball, and couldn't.
So it brings up Liu Chin Shi with the bases loaded and one out. That's on the ground at Cadenhead again. That one's going to go foul down the third base line. You're right. I think you have a chance to step on third there and then throw across the diamond to first, and you're out of the inning.
He just got a little ahead of himself. You can't start thinking about that throw to first until you make sure you secure the ball. Same as a wide receiver in football. Secure and then start running down the field.
0-1 on Liu Chin Shi. And it's now 1-1 as pitch is off the outside corner. Liu Chung Shun is at third base. Jung-Wei Shin's at second. Jung Chin Hao's at first base. All of them reaching three different ways. A single, walk into air. Liu Chin Shi trying to extend the China DC lead. It's in the dirt. Can't do anything with that. It's 2-1 with one out. Peters has really not been able to locate the off-speed pitch at all. It's been mostly fastball inside the zone.
Had some success with the fastball, pair of strikeouts to start the game, but China's starting to read the pitches much better out of his hand.
The 2-1 pitch misses above the zone, just barely, and it's 3-1, a hitter's count for the Liu Chin Shi. You don't want to walk a runner in if you're Peters. The righty will set out of the stretch and deliver to the plate. It's on the ground to Thompson, and the throw to first, not going to be in time. Rather, it was Logan Cadenhead who was trying to cut it off. Couldn't make the play. One run is forced in on the single by Liu Chin Shi.
It's a tough play for Peters. Took him to the left of the mound, and I'm not sure if that throw was accurate. It would have been a bang-bang play anyways. Good job racing down the line by Qin Shi, and the inning continues for China. They've already scored more runs in this inning than they have so far the first 2 games of the season.
Shi Chu Hu is next up. The 10-hitter in the lineup. Zheng Wei Shin's now at third. Zheng Chin Hao's at second. Liu Qin Shi's at first base. It's popped up and out of play. Good correction, though, Griffin. That was fielded by Jay Peters, and his throw just couldn't get him in time.
It was such a high hopper off the bat. Caden had it third. Had no chance to get there. It was really Peters' play and nothing else.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's over the head of Carson Crowell. Coming in to score is another run. It's Zheng Wei Shin. And it's 3-0 China DC, a 3-spot in the second.
Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong here for Peters and the A's. 2 wild pitches, an error, an infield single, a walk, a drop third strike, and 3 runs across for China. It's the little things that'll cost you, and this has turned into a big inning for MLB DC China, and maybe a season turnaround inning for them after 1 run through the first 2 games, 3 already here today.
The infield comes in on the next pitch, which is fouled off. So it's Zheng Qin Hao going to third on that wild pitch, and Liu Qin Shi doing the same, but going to second. Brings the infield in for Shi Chu Hao. Here comes the next delivery. It's in the dirt past Krell again. Another run's going to come across to score. It's Zheng Qin Hao. It's 4-0 China DC.
Pitcher and catcher have just not looked on the same page here in this inning. First time working together and seen both some wild pitches and some pass balls.
That pitch was way outside. It was a breaking ball, and it missed the zone. Curveball. It's just been off the plate pretty much the entire day, and obviously this China DC team, they've done a great job laying off pitches so far and making Peters come to the zone. So Liu Qin Shi's at third base. Infield still in. Still only 1 out. That pitch misses high. It's 2-2.
Really disciplined inning, and gotta give credit to MLB DC China. It's hard to be disciplined after you score 1 run through 2 games, but they weren't impatient, and they've put together their first big inning of the year.
Shi Chu Hao, swing and a miss, strike 3. A breaking ball, and it was a good one from Peters, and gets an important second out. So after 4 straight reached, Jay Peters finally able to pick up the second out of the second. So it's a runner on third, still being Liu Qin Shi for a 1K Yen in the top of the lineup for China DC. Infield moves back with 2 outs. First pitch high and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, swung through and missed. It's 1-1. I mean, it's hard to only be able to locate 1 pitch, so if Jay Peters wants to extend this outing, he certainly has to get the breaking ball working. He does there again. It's 1-2. $1K Yen struck out looking his first time up. That was in the first inning. Only in the second, it's 4-0 China DC. That pitch is lofted to center field, and Curtis Lindsay will gather it in. A well-hit ball by 1K Yen, but it's a fly out to center field to retire the side. But China DC has a giant lead here in the second. It's 4-0. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gilbert Cosio will lead off the bottom of the second inning for the A's against China DC, who grabs 4 runs in the top of the second inning in a variety of ways. And Jonathan Haynes now works with that lead, and in the first pitch is a good one, strike one, and the China DC dugout and infield feeling a little bit of energy now. You got a big lead. And Stevenson trying to shut the A's down on the mound here in the bottom of the inning. The 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. And Griffin, the A's need to make a move fairly quickly.
Definitely after the 4th spot. The A's are 0-2 on the year. Blew a big lead in their first game of the season against the Lumberjacks.
Cosio takes the pitch outside. It's 1-2.
It's the biggest thing after you give up a crooked number on the scoreboard. Can you respond right away? Erase that confidence and momentum that DC China has earned.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty off-speed pitch from Jonathan Haynes.
There's the splitter, and that's working really well early for Haynes.
That splitter is just disgusting. Coming in at 72. A super low spin rate, but 13 inches of vertical break, 10 inches of horizontal break. In the 3rd K already for Haynes.
It's just a pitch that dips and darts everywhere, and it's not a pitch you see well developed typically at still a collegiate level. Really impressive by Haynes. That might be a pitch that can take him pretty far in his baseball career.
The 1-0 pitch is sent into right center field by James Wood. It's going to be a base hit. It's going to be cut off as Wood heads for second. The throw into second, no one's covering the base, so it's an easy 1-out stand-up double for James Wood.
Good piece of hitting by Wood, and maybe that's the momentum that the A's need to get back in this ball game.
A runner in scoring position for the A's for the first time. Rather, the second time today as Hoyt reached second base. Wood in scoring position for Logan Cadenhead. Trying to make up for the error he had in the first. And the pitch misses inside, ball 1. And certainly plenty of time to come back, but it's obviously shortened with the 7 innings we play here in the PSCL. 1-0 on Cadenhead. Here's the next pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 1.
Certainly some wiggle room on that outside corner so far today from Carlos Hernandez. That's places a pitcher. Maybe you can extend the strike zone a little, and now that you're seeing it consistently, you got to adjust as a batter.
The next pitch, it's popped up. Shi Chu Ho going out, and instead it's going to be Penzi Yang coming in to make the catch in right field. Good communication by China DC on a play that looked like it could have been trouble. But they make it look easy for the second out of the inning. Carson Crowell, the 8-hitter, the catcher, looking to drive in the A's first run. Still a runner at second, James Wood, after a one-out double. 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. China DC leads 4-0 over the A's. Both teams looking for their first win of the year. First pitch in. This is above the zone, according to our home plate umpire, Carlos Hernandez. One and 0 on Crowell. Haynes takes a look at Wood and now delivers to the plate. It might have thrown him off as it goes behind Jung Chin Hao, and advancing to third is James Wood. You do wonder, Griffin, if that throws you off as a pitcher. Looking back to second and then not really looking fully back to the plate, it looked like, and then throwing home.
Yeah, I think with 2 outs, too, your main focus, most coaches would tell you, is just focus on the batter. Just get this last out.
The 2-0 pitch. It's taken down the center of the plate, strike one. So it's 2-1. Jonathan Haynes, the 4-pitch combo. He's been working all of them in. The 2-1 pitch just fouled off the end of Krell's bat. Nasty slider has worked in the slider, curve, splitter, fastball. Great combination, but the splitter has really been the strikeout pitch. So we'll see what Haynes goes to. At 2-2 with 2 outs, runner on third being Wood. The 2-2 pitch. It misses high. That was a splitter that looked like it just slipped out of the hands. Obviously, it's dangerous throwing a splitter because if it doesn't break, it can get absolutely hammered.
That's the risk of relying on your breaking balls.
Full count pitch. That one also way off the mark, well inside. And ball 4 to Carson Crowell, who draws a walk in a really tough at-bat. So it's runners on the corners with 2 outs for DeJon Mitchell. Runner third, James Wood, after a 1-out double. Runner on first is Carson Crowell. Who gets a courtesy runner, Savon Battle. And it'll be checked on at first right away. Back in time. Maybe trying to swipe second and try to get 2 runners in scoring position. Battle, pretty big lead. He'll stay there at first. The pitch is in for a strike. Fastball at 78. Call that favored Haynes there, a little bit off the outer black. But it's 0-1 with 2 outs. Wood at first base. Wood at third, rather. Battle at first. Another check on Battle at first base. Looked like he might have been taken off there, but quick first step gets him back to first base in time. Savon Battle at first base. He's going to take off here. The pitch is low. Here's the throw down to second base. Not in time. Runner coming home is James Wood on the throw to second base. And they pull off the old Little League play. Runners on the corner send the guy down to second, force the throw, and the guy from third runs home. And the A's are on the board. It's 4-1.
Yeah, I don't know about throwing that ball by Jung Chin Ha. Especially with the lead Battle had, the jump, it was going to take a perfect throw to get him. And if you don't get him with 2 outs, then that's an easy run for Wood, who was able to walk home.
It's a 1-1 count on DeJon Mitchell. Off-speed pitch in for a strike, and especially with the way Jonathan Haynes was working on the mound, you don't worry about, 2 runners in scoring position because, the A's still haven't scored a run. Instead, you pretty much concede the run by throwing down unless you get the runner out, which it was going to be tough to get Battle because he got a great jump. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Great block by Jung Chin Hao. That is a fantastic block.
Moved horizontally well, kept his body in front of the baseball, and then used the glove.
2-2 with 2 outs. Savon Battle on second base. Haynes is going to step off after Hushin trying to force Battle back to the bag. You certainly don't want to pick up a balk there, because then anything behind the catcher, Jung Chin Hao, with Battle speed will score him. 2-2 with 2 outs on Mitchell. Here's the pitch. Misses a little bit high and possibly inside. That was a splitter. Hasn't been able to locate the past few, has Haynes. Three and 2 on the 9-hitter, Dejon Mitchell. That pitch catches the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Oof. A tough call for Dejon Mitchell, as that pitch was off the outside corner and it retires the side. But the A's score 1 in the inning. We head to the third. 4-1, China DC leads the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed.
Top of the third inning. China DC back up, and Jay Peters back on the mound for his third inning of work. The second inning was a struggle, allowing 4 runs. That did include an error in the inning, and it's Penzi Yan who takes first pitch. Strikes, second pitch ball, misses low. And the A's were able to score 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Both teams have 2 hits. The 1 error is for the A's, as that pitch is fouled off of Carson Krell behind the plate, 1 and 2. And really, the A's just weren't connected on defense. Pitcher to catcher and just the infield in general was not super sharp in the second inning, and that's what leads to the 4 runs. Penzi Yan fouls it off.
Yeah, blame could be placed on a lot of places, but also credit to China for some disciplined hitting, and both of the hits were huge. Really, the RBI base hit to right field by Liu Chung-shun really kick-started the inning.
The 1-2 pitch, it's a chopper on the ground, going to be cut off by Cadenhead on to first in time. Good play by Logan Cadenhead at third base. And it retires Penzi Yan. That was a nasty splitter. Down in the zone. Made Penzi Yan chase it. And it induces a lot of weak contact if you throw it right. So we'll see if Jay Peters goes to that more. Is Jonathan Haynes is up at the plate. Lines it right to the first baseman, Ramos, who makes the catch. That ball was hit 85 off the bat. And it quickly went to the first baseman, Ramos. Guess you could call it the hot corner. Not sure anyone does, but...
Now, first basemen have to be athletes sometimes, too, and certainly the ball got quickly to the first baseman, but Peters in the A's looking for very much a bounce-back inning here in the top of the third.
First pitch, a slider. And second pitch goes back to the fastball at 82.
Peters is a native of San Marcos, California, in Southern California. It's in San Diego County.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Cadenhead makes the play at third base in fair territory. Throw across the diamond, gets by Ramos, and out of play. Rather, it's a foul ball. Looks like it was called.
Yeah, I guess that just kicked foul to the left of the line before Caden had made what was a really long throw from foul territory and just unable to be picked by Ramos, but after all that, we'll do it again.
It's Hushin at the plate, who led off the top of the second inning. I thought that's also the sign for out of play, but he didn't point to the runner and send him towards second base. So it's now 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It rises high. It's 2-2. Shin flew out to center his first time up. 2-2. Jay Peters looking to bounce back with a 1-2-3 inning. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. Connor Hoyt will come in, and the lefty will make the catch. And a bounce back inning for Jay Peters. He sends China DC down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the third. China DC leads 4-1 over the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back at Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the third, A's and China DC first game of the 2 games we have today. Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein, Ethan Gamolka, our analyst, in the booth today.
Statistical analyst.
Pretty much everything.
DJ.
As that first pitch misses low to Curtis Lindsey, but truly would not be the same broadcast without him. Keeping track of the pitch speeds, the type of pitches, all that sort of stuff. That not only
Data analyst. That's the term I'm looking for.
Data analyst. There you go. Not only the players want to know it, but very helpful. So obviously, you are viewers. Is the 1-0 pitch is in for a strike to Curtis Lindsey.
Lucky to have TrackMan, too. It was first year of the PSCL, having TrackMan really adds to the experience for the players.
The 1-0 pitch is skied to Owen Stevenson in left field. Just has to slightly move in into his left. It makes the routine catch for the first out.
Players are able to look at their stats both from a pitching and hitting perspective and really garner what they need to work on if they want to send it to scouts, or especially these days with the transfer portal, college coaches. Now they've got a whole treasure trove of statistical nuggets to send out.
Connor Hoyt on the ground on one hop to Shi Chu Hao, and it gets right through him at second base. And reaching is Connor Hoyt. Official score rules it an error.
it definitely took a tough hop at him, but at the same time, got to get in front of that for the second baseman. And allows the A's to get their first runner here the fourth.
Here's Bubba Thompson. Quick release and a swing and a miss, strike one. Nasty off-speed pitch. Another good slider at the bottom of the zone from Jonathan Haynes. So Hoyt's on first base. And an 0-1 count with one out. Jonathan Haynes. Hoyt takes off for second base. It's on the ground through the left side. It's a base hit. Connor Hoyt's going to head to third. He's going to slide and be in there easily. What a smart play by Connor Hoyt. Might have been a hit and run on. Bubba Thompson gets the hit through the left side with the shortstop Hush Shin moving over to cover the bag for Hoyt on the stolen base. It pays off on the hit and run. Runners on the corners, one out for the A's.
It's definitely been an aggressive Jimmy Johnson and the A's on the base paths. If not for the hit and run, it would have been a third stolen base, but it allows Hoyt to get an extra bag, and the A's trying to get back in this ball game after chipping across one in the second, looking for more here in the third.
There's 92 off the bat on the 80-mile-an-hour fastball from Jonathan Haynes, who will now release the first pitch, and it's fouled off by Christian Ramos, just off the end of his bat. So Hoyt's on third base after he reached on the air. Thompson stands on first base and will take his lead now. Ramos at the plate, who struck out swinging his first time up in the first. Jonathan Haynes fires in. It's high and away. Ball one. Obviously, the A's looking to chip away at this lead after China DC scored 4 in the top of the second. And the A's answer with 1 in the bottom of the second. As faking to take off, but will stay there, is Bubba Thompson. But maybe he threw off the rhythm of Jonathan Haynes because he missed well below the zone. Two and one on Ramos with one out. Thompson will stay put. Here's the pitch. It's on the ground past the second baseman, Shi-Chu Hao. It's a base hit. One run comes in to score in Hoyt. And China DC is going to lose the ball. Taking off for third is Bubba Thompson. Oh, a hit and then a botched play lets Bubba Thompson gain third base. And it's runners on the corners again with one out, but one run in, being Hoyt on the base hit by Christian Ramos.
Junwei Shin had to come off the bag with the throw, and there was no one else at third base. Alert play by Thompson to take an extra bag.
JoJo Biles now up as the A's have cut the lead in half. First pitch into Biles. In on the hands, ball one. Ramos at first, Thompson at third. Hoyt in the inning. It started with an air on Shi-Chu Hao. And now China DC looking to get out of this inning without giving up any more damage. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1-1 now with one out. Runners on the corners. A's looking to cash in again. That pitch is fouled right back into the netting. 1-2, one out. Really big spot for the A's. One of these teams is still going to be winless on the season. The other will have picked up their first win, and it's going to be a big one. Still only in the third, but some scoring situations. We've seen a ton early on. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice block. Junction Hao. Biles faces a 2-2 count on Haynes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Jun-Chin Hao, and Bubba Thompson has to hold up at third base. Was thinking about going, but I think he would have been thrown out the plate if he decided to try to run home. It's a full count with one out. We'll see if Ramos is in motion here. Not a super big lead. The full count pitch. It's into left field. It's going to drop in front of Owen Stevenson. It's a base hit. Running home is Thompson. A RBI single from JoJo Biles. And the China DC lead is now down to 1. 3 unanswered runs for the A's. It's 4-3. It was a hanging slider over the middle of the plate at 74. And that could do it for Jonathan Haynes, as we'll first have a mound visit. No one up in the China DC bullpen, actually. But back-to-back singles, back-to-back RBI singles for Christian Ramos and JoJo Biles. And after Lindsey flew out to left to begin the inning, air and 3 straight singles.
5 hits already for the A's, and his second time through the lineup. Really starting to figure out Haynes. All 4 batters coming up for the second time have been able to reach.
And still a pair of runners on for the A's. Tying runs at second base here in the third, being Christian Ramos. It's Gilbert Casio stepping to the plate. Gilbert Casio from La Quinta High School, 6 foot 185. And has 2 runners on. The first pitch from Haynes. It's hit into left field. Owen Stevenson's going to go back. He's on the move. It's going to be over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. Here comes Biles around from first. There will be no throw. A 2 RBI go-ahead double for Gilbert Casio.
Stevenson was playing a little bit in with a runner at second, and Casio put a charge into that one off his bat. Landed almost at the warning track, and just like that, the A's have put up a 4 spot to answer the 4 spot in the second by China and have a 5-4 lead.
And it was another hanging slider, back-to-back hanging sliders. That was only 86 off the bat, but at 325. And it's James Wood now up and takes the first pitch away from the zone, ball 1. A massive inning from the A's. They were aggressive on the base pass, and it's paid off. It all started with an error, and then the A's bats have just awoken in this third inning. That's blocked nicely by Jung Cheng Hao.
China's got a pitcher warming up now in the pen. That's Song Jia-Chi, the righty, getting loose.
This time is called by our field umpire, Owen Stevenson, out there deep in left field.
Ball, I think, all the way from over by the batting cages. Players for our next game getting loose. Got way out onto the field.
It's a good eye there, Griffin.
I don't know how it got so far out there, but almost back to where the double was hit.
James Wood will ground it over to third base. Jung Wei Shin across the diamond to first base. In time is Lee Chong Shun held onto the bag there, and it's the second out of the inning. And it's a big one after the last 5 had reached for the A's.
Shunwei Sin has quite an arm. That was a rocket of a throw across the diamond. Always wanted a third baseman with a big arm, and he showed it off there. Much important second out to try to stop the bleeding here for China and Haynes.
Logan Cadenhead's now up. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, Hush Yin, who dealt through a screen, and the throw on to first is in time. Great scoop by Leon Chun Shun. Gilbert Casio was trying to screen Hush Yin, who made a great play, and a throw in the dirt across the diamond is scooped up by Chun Shun. So back-to-back great defensive plays by China DC, but the A's score 4 in the inning as they bring 7 to the plate, and they lead 5-4 as we head into the 4th. You're watching PSCO Baseball on the PSCO Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Top of the 4th between the A's and MLB China DC. It'll be Owen Stevenson first up. Takes the first pitch just outside the black of the plate. Stevenson struck out his first time up, but reached on the drop third strike and came around to score. The 1-0 pitch, that's ripped into left field. That's going to get down. It's a base hit. Good job by Dejon Mitchell keeping that ball in front of him because that was a rocket off the bat of Stevenson. 97 off the bat.
That's where that big frame comes into play with all his power. Looks like Aaron Judge out at the plate. 6'4", 240. If he turns on a ball, you're in trouble.
Liu Chung-shan, now up. Who knocked in Stevenson with an RBI single back in the second. Span tail of a big half inning for both teams as that's fouled off near the China DC dugout. China scored 4 in the top of the second. A's answer with 3 in the bottom of the third. We're at 5-4 A's now.
Certainly been a long day for Peters on the bump, but he's worked through some trouble in the second, and now he's in line for the win.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's well inside. It's 1-1. Talk about a bounce back, though, after the second inning. Give up 0 runs the next. Your offense picks you back up, and you're like, wow, I'm in a great situation now. And it looked like it was really going to be a struggle to maybe even make it out 2 innings today.
Jimmy Johnson has to be really pleased with how he's bounced back mentally and finding the strike zone again.
Stevenson takes off for second, swing and a miss, strike 2. Stevenson gets down to second as the ball rolls there center field. Here comes Stevenson to third. He'll stand up there after an errant throw from Carson Crowell. And advancing to third base, it's Stevenson with no outs. And Liu Chung-shan swinging a pitch way out of the zone, maybe to give his Stevenson time to get down to second.
Yeah, that certainly could have been part of what we saw there, as that pitch was way up near the head of the batter. China got the tying run 90 feet away.
The A's bring the infield in. That's going to be hit just through the right side. A diving Gilbert Casio couldn't make the play. An RBI single by Liu Chung-shan, his second of the game, and we're tied up at 5 here in the 4th.
Playing in really cost the second baseman Casio there. If he's playing back, that's a normal 4-3, but the ball gets to him quickly playing in, and Chung-shan having a very nice game for China.
A risky call by manager Jimmy Johnson. That time it doesn't pay off. And the first pitch is in for a strike to Jung Wei Shin. Bit of a delayed call by our home plate umpire, Carlos Hernandez. But I guess A's really didn't want to concede that run, which is a big one to tie the game. But you also don't get the out. So now still no outs and a runner on first. Off-speed pitch. Got Wei Shin way out ahead of it. Jay Peters been working the slider more as he's gone deeper into this play, or into his pitching appearance, rather. 0-2 pitch is another slider that misses outside. 1-2. Chung Shun pretty comfortably at first base. The 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. It's 2-2. Jay Peters faces Wei Shin with a 2-2 count. Jung Wei Shin gets the 2-2 pitch. Scooped up by Crowell. Taking off for second. Throw down in time. Oh, what a throw by Carson Crowell to get Liu Chung Shun. Wasn't sure if the tag was going to be applied, but a really clean scoop by Carson Crowell. And even with Chung Shun getting a pretty good jump when he realized it hit the dirt, it was not going to be in time, as Bubba Thompson made a great play with athletic tag to get Chung Shun just before he slid into second base. Now the full count pitch. It's going to drop into center field out of line. Base hit, Jung Wei Shin. Big play there, though, because it would have been first and third if Liu Chung Shun got to second base with one out or possibly even scoring.
Well, we've hit triple digits on the thermometer, Adam, and we found two teams who've struggled offensively for the first two games, red hot here at the plate today.
Jung Ching Hao now up as Crowell able to block that ball, and obviously Crowell made the mistake on the drop third in the second inning, but picks his pitcher up there, throwing out Liu Chung Shun. It's 1-0 on Jung Ching Hao. Here's the pitch. Crowell not able to scoop that one completely. Here's the throw down a second. That time it's not going to be in time. It's going to go into right center field. Jung Wei Shin on his way to third, standing up. Another errant throw. And China DC has a chance to take the lead right back with the runner 90 feet away with one out here in the fourth.
Both teams have really caused havoc on the bases, stolen bases, and some errant throws. Moved runners around.
The infield comes back in for the A's with Jung Ching Hao at the plate. Here's the next pitch. It's in for a strike. Two-one count on Jung Ching Hao. Looking for something to drive. If it's hard, it'll probably get past the infield. The 2-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch. Got him out ahead. It's 2-2. Another slider. That's 4 straight to Jung Ching Hao. Everyone playing on the edge of the grass. Pretty much in the infield. The 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? He did! Carlos Hernandez rings up Jung Ching Hao on the 5th straight slider to Chin Hao. And another strikeout for Jay Peters. His 4th of the game. And with 2 outs, the infield moves back for the old Chin Chi. First pitch to Chin Chi. Inside corner for a strike. Back to the fastball. 82. On the inner half. Peters delivers the 0-2 pitch. Another fastball. And 1-1. And that was a really good decision by Jay Peters to just stick to the slider for Jung Ching Hao, because just didn't get a good read off the hand of Peters anytime he was throwing it. That pitch catches the bottom of the zone. Strike 2. Like it was just half a ball outside. It's 2 strikes on Liu Chin Chi. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's off-speed pitch. Grounded down the first base line. Foul. Just tucked to the right side of that first base bag. Stays at 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on third, Jung Wei Shin, in a 5-5 game here in the fourth. A's and China DC. That pitch, Chin Chi has to duck out of the way of. It's 2-2. Peters set at the chest, delivers the 2-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Carlos Hernandez rings up Liu Chin-shi, and Jay Peters gets out of the jam. But China DC ties the game on an RBI single, his second of the game for Liu Chung-shan. It's now 5-5 as we head into the bottom of the 4th between China DC and the A's. You're watching PSEL Baseball on the PSEL Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Bottom of the 4th, pitching change. Jonathan Haynes is out for China DC after going 3 innings. And it's Sung-Ji Chi in his first pitch is in for a strike to Carson Krell, the catcher. And also another substitution for China DC. Shi Chu-ha is out. Yo The Min is in. As that pitch hits the back of Carson Krell from Sung Ji Chi. And the leadoff runner is on for the A's, looking to regain the lead. 5-5 on the scoreboard. The A's about it. China DC 5-4 and an error for each team. Now we're going to have courtesy runner in for Carson Krell. It's going to be Savan Battle again, pinch running for Krell.
He stole a base last time out there in the second and certainly caused some distractions to Haynes, trying to do the same thing now with the new pitcher out there.
The 0-1 is on the ground to Liu The Min, who will flip over to second for one. On a first, throws off the mark, but Liu Chung-shan keeps it from going out of play. They get the 1 out on the fielder's choice, but as they say, when you get subbed in, the ball will find you. Liu The Min, first ball in play, finds the new second baseman.
I wonder if he maybe made the wrong decision there to turn 2. Should have just stepped on the bag with his right foot. Might have been able to make the throw in time. Instead, the toss to the shortstop Hushin, and the throw really never stood a chance. But they do get 1 out.
It was going to be a tough throw for Hushin because he was off balance. He really never set his feet, and that's why the throw was off the mark and didn't get a whole lot on the throw. The 0-1 pitch. It's taken just above the zone. Really good take by Curtis Lindsey. 1-1 with DeJon Mitchell on first base. Taking a ball above the zone. Counts 2-1 with 1 out. Runner on first is DeJon Mitchell. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle. Just a straight fastball at 74, but absolutely froze Lindsey. The 2-2 pitch. High and inside. That's actually ball 4. And Lindsey will take his base. It's first and second with 1 out. And it brings up the top of the lineup and Connor Hoyt, and it's going to be a meeting on the mound for China DC. Five to 5 here in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like the outfield is going to shift a little bit. One Key Yen is going to shift to his left. 4 or 5 steps for the lefty Connor Hoyt. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner, strike 1 at 76. Pretty big gap in the 5-6 gap. Hashin is covering DeJon Mitchell at second base. Mitchell's on second. Lindsey's at first for Hoyt, who fouls that pitch off. It was in on the hands. Pitch was actually down the middle, but it looked like Hoyt was just very close to the plate, like he's been the entire day. That's why it looks super inside. But obviously, you crowd the play, it gives you a great ability to get to that outside pitch. 0-2 on Connor Hoyt, who has a base hit and reached into air back in the 3rd. Off-speed pitch, way out of the zone. It's 1-2. 1-2 on Hoyt. Bat on the shoulder. Off-speed pitch. It's going to go right through the 5-6 gap. It's a base hit. Into left field it goes. Coming around to score is Mitchell. He's going to score easily as it's fumbled around in the outfield, and Hoyt ends up at second base. 6-5, the A's lead, and 2 more in scoring position. Lindsey moves to 3rd. Hoyt at second base. And with 1 out, the A's have a 6-5 lead in the 4th. And China DC is pretty much forced to bring the infield in here. Want to keep the A's lead at 1. It's going to be air charge to left fielder Owen Stevenson, who fumbled it around out there in the outfield. First pitch in to Bubba Thompson's outside ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Down the middle, but it's popped up into right field. Penzi Yan is coming over. He's sliding. He can't make the catch. It falls behind him. 1 run's going to come in to score. Hoyt's going to stay at 3rd base. Ending up at second base is Bubba Thompson on another misplay in the outfield from China DC. Hoyt's at 3rd base. Thompson's at 2nd after Curtis Lindsey came in to score. 7-5 A's. 1 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. 7 hits on 7 runs. Infield back in. First pitch in for a strike to Christian Ramos. Outside edge of the zone. It catches. Been a struggle for Sung Ji Chi. Off-speed pitch. That one is a beauty. Drops in for a strike. Looked to be a curveball. It's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch well inside, and it hits Christian Ramos to load the bases. And the A's have an opportunity in the fourth with one out to blow open this game. It's JoJo Biles from Lansing Community College next up with the one out. And first pitch drills him on the leg. Back-to-back hit by pitches. It forces a run in. It's 8-5 A's. Hoyt comes across to score. All runners advance 90 feet. And this inning has turned into a disaster for China DC. And they're not out of it yet. Gilbert Casio, who came through in the third with a 2 RBI double to give the A's the lead, is back up with the bases full. First pitch in the dirt, ball one. Thompson at third, Ramos on second, Biles at first base. Here's the next pitch. Just misses the outside corner at 79. Call's been made before today, but that time they do not get the call. Next pitch into Casio. It's at the top part of the zone for a strike. Two and one on Gilbert Casio with the bases loaded. Pitch is inside, it's 3-1, and Sung Ji Chi needs to come to the plate. Bases full of A's. One out, 3-1 count. Bottom of the fourth in an 8-5 ball game. Casio looking to blow this game wide open. The 3-1 pitch. Misses high, ball four, and another run comes home for the A's. 2 hit by pitches and a walk. And Sung Ji Chi has been struggling on the mound. And we're going to have a mound visit. Thompson crosses the plate. Ramos over to third. Biles scoots on over to second on the walk by Casio.
Just wasn't able to locate a lot of his pitches. A couple unlucky plays behind him as well. And back-to-back 4-run innings for the A's. Their bats have finally woken up after 2 quiet days.
We'll take a short break as we have a pitching change. Sung Ji Chi out. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for China DC right after this short break. A's have scored 4 in the bottom of the fourth. They now lead 9-5. You're watching PSEL Baseball on the PSEL Broadcast Network. Bases loaded, a new pitcher in for China DC, who throws the first pitch outside. It's Wong Yu Tun, number 15, the lefty. 6 foot 160. The bases are full of A's. They've scored 4 in the inning in the bottom of the 4th. It's 9-5. Still only 1 out. And it's 1-0 against James Wood. And that also misses the zone. It's 2-0. James Wood doubled and scored back in the 2nd. I got the A's on the board. After China DC scored 4 in the top of the 2nd, 9 out of the last 10 runs have come from the A's. 2-0 pitch, misses way high, and it's 3-0. Pitch. Outside, ball 4. 4 really uncompetitive pitches from Wang Yang Tun. And that brings in Ramos from third.
Fortunately for MLB DC China, there isn't the pitching depth, the pitching acumen as some of the other teams, and this was a problem for them in the Winter League where they would just have some innings, fielding and pitching-wise, where things fell apart. And we're seeing that right now here on the 4th inning. At one point in this game, they had a 4-0 lead and came into this inning with the game tied.
Logan Cadenhead will take the first pitch that missed the zone. Outside. It's been a struggle. Certainly 5 runs through 4 innings could certainly keep you in a lot of baseball games, and usually ahead for the most part. It's the 1-0. It's once again near the left-handed batter's box. Miles on third, Casio on second, James Wood on first base. A's have doubled up. China DC. 2-0 pitch. Gets the call for our home plate umpire. Count moves to 2-1. Base is still full of A's. Wang Yu Tun delivers to the plate. Misses just below the zone. That was the correct call according to our TrackMan K-Zone. Three and 1 hitters count for Logan Cadenhead. Swings through that pitch, strike 2. Full count with 1 out. Bases loaded. 10-5 ball game. China needs to get out of this inning without giving up any more damage. A's looking to blow this game right open. Full count pitch, misses low, ball 4. Third walk of the inning, along with 3 hit by pitches and an error in the field. And China DC is struggling to gain any momentum in this game. Brings up Carson Krell, who started this inning with a hit by pitch. He's officially batted around. The first pitch misses high, ball 1. Zone's seeming to get a little bit tighter, though, as we've gone throughout this game. One out to Krell from the lefty. Inside corner, strike 2. Or rather, strike 1. Funny enough, that pitch was well inside. McCall the strike is the 1-1 pitch. Is in the zone, called the ball. Two and 1 on Logan Cadenhead. Wang Yu Tun will fire the 2-1 pitch. That had a little extra heat on it. Swung right through it at 77, did Cadenhead. Counts at 2-2 with 1 out. Rather, Carson Krell. Yu Tun set out of the stretch, delivers to Krell. It's popped up in foul territory. Leon Chung Shun will have it in foul territory and make the catch for the 2nd out. So a much-needed pop-up that keeps the runners put. And there's finally 2 outs in the inning. It's been a long time since the last hour was recorded.
It was 8 batters in a row that reached at him.
It was the fielder's choice for DeJohn Mitchell, where Krell was out at second base. That was a long time ago. And DeJohn Mitchell's now up. It's now 1-1 as that pitch is in the dirt. DeJohn Mitchell.
Feels like it was a couple years ago, I think, at this point.
Yeah, probably like 20 minutes of real time.
I was a couple years younger back then.
Were you? 1-1 on Mitchell. 2 outs. Base is still loaded for the A's. Swings through the fastball at 75. Strike 2. Wang Yu-Tun trying to lock down this bottom of the 4th without allowing any more runs. China DC certainly has the ability to come back. But they're going to need to shut it down on defense, and especially Yu-Tun on the mound. The lefty comes home with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Off-speed pitch. Got him, and the side is finally retired. The A's send 11 to the plate, score 6 runs, and they have a 6-run lead. It's 11-5 as we head into the 5th between China DC and the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. First pitch to Shi Chu Hao. It's in for a strike. Struck out swing his first time up. Jay Peters still on the mound. He had a long break and maybe a little bit re-energized. Some pitchers don't like that long wait time. But if you score 6 runs, then it certainly makes up for it. Now working with a 6-run lead. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
I think a lot of pitchers come out rusty, but yeah, in the end, when your offense gives you 6 runs of run support in a game that was tied when you left the mound, it's certainly can't complain.
And now has opportunity for the win. The 1-2 pitch is in there for strike 3. On the slider. Ended up right down the middle, absolutely fooled Chu Hao. Strikes out for the second time today. That brings up 1K Yen in the top of the lineup.
6 strikeouts on the day for Peters, who's been out there for almost 2 hours now. Long day.
First pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. And Jay Peters now has the opportunity to pick up a win if he can go 5 innings. And the A's hold on to the win. Next pitch also misses away from the zone. It's 2-0.
2 more outs.
And now if you're manager Jimmy Johnson, you obviously maybe have a pitch count on, but you're also not as worried about giving up the lead as that's ripped into right field. It's a base hit. So just as I say that, China DC grabs another base runner. They've had a really good day at the plate, all things considered. I think the difference has just been the walks and the hit by pitches that China DC has given the A's.
Yeah, the offense is certainly a positive. 5 runs, 5 hits. After coming in, they were shut out. First game of the season. Scored just a run yesterday. Had that big 4-run second inning that was impressive.
Check out 1K Yen at first base. Back in time. Like you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, China DC is a really young team and are playing against teams who are older than them, especially, like you mentioned, Griffin, in the California Winter League. First pitch misses outside, ball 1.
They were playing against guys often 6, 7 years older than them. Here it's more 2 or 3 years.
Penzi Yang misses for ball 2. And, of course, they want to play in this level of competition. That's how you become great, is playing against those older ages. Or those older group of talented baseball players. The 2-0 pitch. Misses again outside. It's 3-0. No action in the A's bullpen.
Jimmy Johnson riding Jay Peters today.
Penzi Yan. It's in a hitter's count. It's 3-0. Jay Peters looking to fire a strike. Catches the bottom part of the zone. Strike 1. Picture was below the zone and a little outside according to our K zone. But it's 3-1 on Penzi Yan, who's 0 for 2 today. It's a fly ball into right field. Connor Hoyt's coming on near foul territory. It's a foul ball down the first base line. It was tailing away from Hoyt. It would have been a really tough play. So we move to a full count. Payoff pitch with 1 out. Yen on the move. Pitches outside, ball 4. So China DC is not going away quietly. It's first and second, 1 out. Really good at bat by Penzi Yan. So now Jonathan Haynes now up. Swinging a miss, strike 1. Rather, it's going to be Wang Yu Tun hitting for Jonathan Haynes because he was the new pitcher. Wang Yu Tun, rather. Off-speed pitch misses. It's a 1-1 count. Off-speed pitch catches the zone off the outside corner on the lefty, Yu Tun. So strike 2. The next pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Jay Peters, massive strikeout. And the 2 outs in the 5th have both been courtesy of the K. Brings up Hushin. First and second, 2 outs. Peters, off-speed pitch. First pitch in for a strike. Here's the next pitch. Misses above on the fastball. There's now some action in the A's bullpen. Justin Goldman from Pasadena City College is warming up down the line, along with another pitcher possibly. Here's the next pitch in. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Nasty slider. And Hashin is down. The next delivery is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Okay, so everyone was confused. I'm glad we could get that organized.
I wasn't, well, Jay Peters thought that was strike 3 too, so.
I think we originally had as 2 strikes. I thought it was 2 strikes. And that was the second strike. It's 2-2 with 2 outs, so not a problem. Peters is going to have to go back out onto the mound against Hushin. Another life. It's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Krell. 3-2 with 2 outs. Huge pitch coming up here. Yen on second base. Yan on first. Hushin at the plate. Runners are on the move. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They're going to throw down a first to complete the strikeout, and Krell makes a nice throw over to Ramos. Jay Peters has gone 5 innings, and he strikes out 3 in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. A's are in control. They lead 11-5. You're watching PSEL Baseball on the PSEL Broadcast Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the 5th. Curtis Lindsey up for his 3rd time. Flew out to left his first time up. Walked and came around a score in the 4th where there were 6 runs pushed across by the A's. It's a 2-0 count from Wong Yu Tan. Yu Tan will deliver, rip down the third base line, but foul on the ground. Scampers off the A's bullpen. So it's 2-1 on the 10-hitter Curtis Lindsey, starting in center field today. The 2-1 pitch. Misses high and away, it's 3-1. Hitters count for Lindsey against Wong Yu Tan. Looking to throw something over the plate. Got him to chase out of the zone. Strike 2. A lot of run on that two-seam fastball. It's a full count for Lindsay. Wang Yu-Tun delivers home. It's fouled back into the netting. Right on that fastball. It's a really good location from Wang Yu-Tun. Here's the full count pitch. Misses outside, ball 4. Great at-bat by Curtis Lindsay to begin the bottom of the 5th. We are nearing in on that 2-hour mark, which is usually when the game could end if it's not particularly close. But this is still only a 6-run game. And China DC has scored 4 in an inning, which is in the top of the 2nd. So it brings back up Connor Hoyt. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Left-on-left matchup. That got in on his hands. Fouled it off right near his dugout. Down the third base line. She doesn't have as much of a sun issue. First base line gets a whole lot of sun. 1-1 on Connor Hoyt. Lindsay on first base. He'll stay put. Pitches low and inside. Ball 1. Ball 2, rather. Runner takes off for second. Here's the throw down. It's going to be way off the mark. Oof. Nearly clipped Wang Yu-Tun on the mound.
Gotta get away as a pitcher. He was a little spooked by it, too. Was lingering on the mound. The runner going, either got to duck or get out of the way.
Wang Yu-Tun, off-speed pitch. Doesn't get the favorable call, and it's 3-1. Three and 1 on Hoyt the lefty. Runner in scoring positions, Lindsay. Bottom of the 5th. It's fought off down the third base line. A pitch in on the hands of Hoyt. 77 on the fastball. Full count pitch to Hoyt again. It's ball 4. Great at-bats by first Lindsay and then Hoyt. And it's first and second, no outs. Bottom of the 5th. And we will have another mound visit for China DC. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So a new pitcher will be coming in bottom of the 5th. A's lead 11-5 with runners on first and second, no outs. Stay with us here as you're listening to PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12. so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back here with the bases loaded, bottom of the 5th, Palm Springs Stadium. New pitcher in is Liu Chung Shun. It's Bubba Thompson up with first and second, no outs. The man nicknamed Judge puts a little too much on that throw. It's probably at the eye level of Aaron Judge. As Lindsey moves to second, Lindsey moves to third, Hoyt to second on the wild pitch. Liu Chung Shun, 6'1", listed at exactly 165.7 pounds. The only one who has.
It must be exact.
There's one more other that has a decimal, but definitely exact there. As it's 1-0, it's a deep fly ball. One key, Yen is going to call for. He's going to make the catch going backwards. Like he was just able to hold on to it. Throws it into the infield. Lindsey comes home on the sacrifice fly. Hoyt moves over to third. Another run tacked on in the 5th. 4 straight innings scoring runs after scoring 0 in the first for the A's. It's 12-5.
Safe to say the A's have found their offense today.
It's Bubba Thompson up with 1 out. Runner on third. China DC forced to move the infield in. The A's offense, like you mentioned, they have exploded. So that ball has popped up and out of play and can certainly gain some confidence for the next game for the A's that they play.
Colonials have taken down the Lumberjacks on the backfield. That game just went final.
Second pitch in. Nice diving play or catch by Leo the Min, who was able to go up and get the ball, hold the runner at third being Hoyt. Reach really at the peak of his jump to get that ball as they go 4-3. And Ramos is retired. JoJo Biles will step in, swing and a miss, strike one. Out ahead of a breaking ball. That was a fastball, actually, at 82. On 1 on JoJo Biles. It's in the dirt. It's 1-1. For the A's, they take on the Haymakers next on the turf field. Southern Division play tomorrow. China DC faces the Lumberjacks on the turf field. The 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner. According to our home plate umpire, strike 2. 1-2 with 2 outs. Reaching the 2-hour mark for this game. Liu Chung Shun comes home. It's on the ground through the 5-6 hole. It's a base hit into left field. One more run will come into score for the A's. It's 13-5 on the base hit for JoJo Biles, who has 2 RBI singles and a hit by pitch in the morning. Next up is Gilbert Casio with 2 outs. Runner at first is Biles. That one hits him on the helmet. Another hit by pitch. 4th hit by pitch. Checking to see if Gilbert Casio's okay. Obviously, the helmet adds protection for a direct hit, but it doesn't mean you still can't have an injury to the brain or the head. Casio slowly walking with the China DC trainer down the first base line. Fastball at 77. So it's now first and second for the A's with 2 outs. Casio looks like he's okay. James Wood at the plate. Fouls that first one off. It's 0-1. It's 0-1 on James Wood. A double and hit by pitch. He's reached twice. That one gets by the catcher, Jung Chin Hao, and both runners are going to advance. James Wood faces a 1-1 count. Long pause and now a delivery. Good scoop by Jung Chin Hao. Liu Chung Shun put it in the dirt. Two and one with second and third 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. Misses low. Count moves to 3-1. China DC, after Jonathan Haynes pitched the first couple innings pretty cleanly, they haven't been able to locate first pitch strikes or get to a lot of 2-strike counts for the A's. They've gone to a lot of 3-1 counts. As that one will get by Jung Chin Hao, and runner will hold at third, being JoJo Biles, but advancing to first on the walk is James Wood to load up the bases. Logan Canhead is next up with the bases full. Here comes the pitch. It misses high. Ball 1. Still 2 outs. You're in the bottom of the 5th. One and 0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Good fastball. Some leg life there at 81. Liang Chung Shun. Bases full A's happened many times today. The 1-1 pitch popped up, and it's going to be behind the China DC dugout. Out of play, second to last row in the bleachers. take a friendly roll down the bleachers. It's 1-2. Cannon reached on a walk, is also flied to right field and grounded to short. 1-2 pitch, off speed pitch. That ball's hit pretty well to Owen Stevenson. Will range to his right though and make the catch. And that will retire the side. A long inning, and it yields 2 more runs for the A's. They lead 13-5 as we head to the 6th. You're watching PSEL Baseball on the PSEL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Back here at Palm Springs Stadium. Top of the 6th. So when Stevenson leading off. It's the first pitch outside, ball 1. He's reached twice, dropped third strike back in the 2nd, and a base set in the 4th. And has scored both times. He's been on. Off-speed pitch, got under it though. And it's out into left center field, giving a run for it and making a diving catch is Curtis Lindsey. Oh, what a play. Curtis Lindsey came out of nowhere. DeJon Mitchell looked like he had a beat on it in left field. Lindsey from center field to left center field and even farther into left field to run and make a diving catch for the first out of the 6th.
Adam, that might be the play of the season. That's going to be hard to see a web gem better than that. That was ridiculous speed from Lindsey, and then a diving catch, full-on Superman somersault, holding onto the baseball. That was special, and in a 8-run ball game in 100-degree-plus weather in the 3rd hour of baseball. Wow.
Unbelievable catch as it brings Leo Chung Shun to the plate. I certainly thought that was going to be Mitchell making the catch. If not, I thought no one was going to catch it. But Lindsey,
Yeah, I mean, he was in left field. You're right.
I mean, he ran like half of the outfield to make that catch. That's a ground ball. The Bubba Thompson shortstop makes the play as they go 6-3 with 2 quick outs for Jay Peters.
Has to feel good as a pitcher, too. He has worked through some trouble in the 2nd all the way into the 6th inning. A's have not had to use their bullpen, and helps when you have Superman out in center field today.
And certainly helps to score it with just the one pitcher. Jung Wei Shin next up. Off-speed pitch got him out ahead. Peters well over 100 pitches at this point. So 120.
It's a hard day's work.
Comes the next pitch. It's on the ground and under the glove of Caden Head at third base. Base hit into right field. Jung Wei Shin is on for the third time. He has 2 base hits and a walk. Jung Chin Hao next up. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. Throw down a second. In time to get Wei Shin. Testing the arm of Carson Crowell was Jung Wei Shin. He was thrown out by a mile. Peters is through 6. Allows 5 runs. 13-5 is the score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back.
I think that's the ball game, Adam.
Is it?
I think so.
Absolutely. Now it is the ball game. I was wondering that. A little bit of a delay there. Your final score is the A's 13 and China DC 5. Pretty interesting game, Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, China goes up 4-0, and certainly happy for them to get their bats going after a slow start to the season. But credit to the A's for bouncing back, patience, and Jonathan Haynes had some good stuff. They wore him down to take the lead in the third and then blew things open with that 6-run fourth. And how about the effort by Jay Peters today? He goes 6 innings, allowed 5 runs, but 4 of those came in that messy second. And then from there, he worked the last 4 innings, allowed just 1 run, had good command, and had some great defense behind him as well. But one of the longer, more impressive pitching performances so far in Day 3 of the PSCL by the righty Jay Peters from San Marcos in San Diego County. And the A's get on the board, a much-needed first win for them to try to build some momentum. And for MLB DC China, just still looking to put things together. Have had the pitching the last couple days, haven't had the hitting. Today they brought the bats, but things with their bullpen really fell apart once Haynes came out of the ballgame.
Once again, the final score, the A's 13, China DC 5. 4 score in the top of the second by China DC. It was answered by a 4-run bottom of the third by the A's. 6 runs in the bottom of the fourth, once again by the A's, and they tacked on 2 more. 13-5, the final score. So we'll be back shortly in approximately 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that range, with the rush against the Lumberjacks once again. For my partner, Griffin Epstein, and our data analyst, Ethan Gomolka, I'm Adam Oppenheim, saying so long. We'll see you in a short bit. Once again, final score, the A's 13,